1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome everybody. This is Pouring Over Properties, episode number 5, where Vegas locals spill over homes and local spirits. And today I'm joined obviously with my partner and co-host, Beau McDougall, NextHome, Scott Lamborn, Equity Title, the Beau Title guy. Please take us a follow on Instagram, and please, if you can, subscribe on every one of our platforms.
Every one of them.
We do multiple videos a month, and it's not just about real estate, but it's just about understanding Vegas as a whole, what to expect if you move here. You know, it's a big thing. Vegas is a big influx of new buyers coming in. Over a third of all homes are actually bought by out-of-state people.
Yeah.
So if you are out-of-state, please stay tuned, learn a little bit about Vegas and some of the benefits and kind of unique aspects about living here, because trust me, there's a few things that are quite unique.
Well, and we're really excited for the holidays coming up, and we know, being born and raised here, there's a lot of hidden adventures you can do on the holidays that we're going to be sharing over some of our favorite local brews and give you guys the inside details of what you should do the holidays. So today, let's introduce our beer of choice. We're back to Love Lady Brewery. There's now 2 locations, one on Water Street and then the one over on Pebble and Green Valley Parkway.
Yeah.
So today is their Showboat Double Hazy IPA with grapefruit. Scott was a little scared of the double hazing, but it's only a 7.5. We should be just fine.
Just fine. Maybe a little buzz by the end of this, and you know what? Nothing wrong with that. In fact, cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Let's go.
Oh, that's good. I'm not usually a grapefruit guy, but that's...
What the hell? Yeah, it's not that hazy. Like,
or
I thought it was going to be like Blue
dense.
Moony, and like, yeah, I thought it was going to just sit with me like a Fireball shot does. Man, I think that grapefruit really just
that's the
down.
plastic in the Fireball that sits
Oh,
with you.
yeah, the plastic. Or what is it, antifreeze, I want to say?
That was the rumor for a while.
There's like a chemical that's found in one is also found in another. I was like, well, that's actually holds true with a lot of things if you break them down on a chemical level.
To be fair, that's why I drink it while I'm...
All right, I like it.
So today we're really excited. We're going to talk about some of the unique and exciting homes that we have here in Las Vegas.
Kind of funky, I would say. You know, like
we do have some funky ones.
Some fancy, some funky, some I hope you've maybe never heard of, but you know, I guess we'll find out. You can tell us in the comment section if anything new pops out. That'd be really cool. Maybe we can do a deep dive.
Yeah, or something we missed.
Yeah, honestly, when I was doing some research for this, there was a lot more
than I didn't
discover.
Yeah.
Wow, I need to start driving around, not after this podcast, after the 7.5% beer, but I need to start checking some of these places out. There's a few of these that I really intrigued me, and I want to go check out myself.
Absolutely.
So,
All right, so I will go first.
Okay.
I'm going to start with probably one of the most well-known, but it's been around, it's been through its troubles. It is Casa de Shenandoah.
What does that even mean?
Isn't it House of Horses?
I don't know. I guess we should have.
We probably should have looked that one up.
Google Translate.
But it's Wayne Newton's compound. It's an impressive compound. It's over there on Sunset and Pecos area.
Yep. Tamiyasu, if you're a local, you know, it's a very kind of famous road because there were a few celebrity homes on that, including Wayne Newton's. How big is that place? Because from the aerial view, I feel like it's a city of itself. So do you know how big it is?
I don't know how big it is. I know multiple acres for sure.
52.
Because
I thought I wrote it down because it was so outstanding. 52 acres in where? The heart
of Las Vegas.
Like,
it's right next to the airport.
Right next to the airport. Like, you got plane, and probably it's a 52-acre parcel where the airport is.
They would probably love to have that for
this
a terminal.
guy's got a 52 parcel just right up the street as well.
Speaking of airport, it had an airport or an airplane fuselage there.
It does, yeah. Okay.
So, not only that, it has stables. It has, obviously, the house itself that has been in multiple movies.
A zoo. There was a zoo.
There's a zoo there. But it's been in The Hangover. It's been in Vegas Vacation.
Love them. Great movies.
I'm sure there's others that I'm not
Vegas
thinking of right now.
has been in a lot of good movies.
Well,
That's another podcast.
That is.
We need to do a
movies,
Vegas podcast because there's a lot in. Yeah. Anyways, that's a sidetrack.
Great compound. You can still drive by it. It has gone to foreclosure a couple different.
Yes. When was it last listed for? Oh man, I want to say it was around the 20 million mark. Fuck.
Which for 52 acres isn't too bad right now.
No, yeah, per acre, it's probably one of the best deals, I would say. But I'd have to fact check a couple of those. I didn't.
It's probably been 5 or 6 years since they've had the tours through it.
Yeah.
They used to have the tours right there, but
I want to say it was listed 3 or 4 years. I'd have to, yeah, we should probably look that up. Yeah. So.
But cool property, been around forever. If you've been in Vegas or you've seen a movie, obviously you can cost station.
Yeah, it's absolutely breathtaking. If you drive by, you're like, this is one person's house. And you know it is because this wall is just wildly fancy, looking with the gate on the top, horse coming out on the corner. Like, I mean, it's at a major intersection is like the corner of this guy's lot. And you're like, what is this homeowners association? Like, who? It's just one house.
It's him.
Well, there's more than one house. Let's see. It's a compound. Yeah. Big compound. 52-acre compound in the middle of Vegas is very cool. Very cool. Especially when you come to Vegas, you're going to notice one thing about properties here is that it is a lot of cookie cutter. You know, they did map it out, and you know, you do have 700 DR Hortons, 1,000 Pulte's. Like, there are a lot of cookie cutter homes. So when you drive by a property of like this magnitude, it's
so
just,
different.
Yeah, it's just really breathtaking and something.
So speaking of different,
oh,
what else you got?
So in my opinion, probably the most different house, because looking at it from Google Maps, looking at it from the street view, just staring at this house in person, looks very boring. It looks like there's nothing to it, except for you'll see maybe like a nice little fan coming out of the ground. You're like, that looks unique and out of place. Maybe a couple AC units. You're like, that house doesn't need that many AC units. What's going on here? So there are a couple, I guess, things you can notice if you look at it in a first-person perspective. But it's the underground house here in Las Vegas. This underground house, I want to say, is about a 3,000 square foot regular looking home on a little bit over an acre. But what makes it sweet is that it's got a 15,000 square foot house underground. 15,000 square foot home, completely underground, no vents.
But why was that made?
Why was it made? So it was actually made because he was a little bit nervous about the nuclear war, and he was a little bit scared.
It's been around for a hot minute.
Yeah, okay, yeah. What was the year built on it? So the year built for that home was 1978. Right around the Cold War, and we all know, yeah, that's a dramatic time.
And we all know our history of Vegas. We obviously had the Area 50. Well, we still have Area 50 test site, and we have atomic liquors that you go out and sit and watch atomic testing happen. So
how wild of a thing that is! Like, come to the casino and watch a bomb blow up. Like, I mean, sign me up.
We'll do a podcast from there. That'd be awesome.
Sick.
I mean, it was a time of conspiracy theories or people that are worried about their well-being. I could see someone wanted to build. I think 15,000 square feet underground might be a little excessive.
I think it's a little nuts, especially when there's a pool underground. The fact that like all
if you're going to be underground and there's a nuclear war going on, you want to live lavishly.
Yeah, I mean, and the lighting system is like on another level of technological advancement.
Do you think they've upgraded to?
See, that I am very curious because this lighting system was so good back in the day, and to where is it really going to hold as great as it is in today's technology?
Probably
I'm not really sure.
I don't think so.
Because supposedly, like, you could set it to like a 7 p.m. time, where you have a nice
so
sunset.
That goes on
so you almost feel like
we are way
do have
more
the
advanced
day.
by then.
I would hope so. I mean, AI. It's
it's a thing. It's a thing. We're just talking about.
I'm sure there's AI lights out there or something of the sort. So, but yeah, with all that, there's even barbecues, putting greens. I mean, it even has a faux galaxy or stars that come up on the wall.
So you can go outside.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to feel like you're underground in your underground compound of 15,200 square feet. You want to feel like you're at home, I guess, and that's exactly how he made it feel.
15,000 square foot.
They actually were doing tours a couple years ago, and I didn't have a chance to go by. Have you been at this house?
I haven't. Yeah, but if I get the opportunity, I think I would definitely
There's been few opportunities to actually do it, and personally, obviously, neither of us have been able to go explore it ourselves.
So speaking of a house that I think is really cool, and I have been able to go to, when I was working for Boulder City Fire, we actually went there one time.
Okay.
Was the Pirate.
Oh, yes.
So this particular home has really interesting history, and I actually did a lot of research on it because I've been there. So this is located in Boulder City, Nevada, which is a stone's throw from Las Vegas. It overlooks lake, and what's really cool about this house, about 35 years ago, the owner of it, who is originally from Salt Lake, still lives in Salt Lake.
Party home.
Started as a vacation home, bought a single home. It was a nothing home, and he's bought and built, to where now there's 3 homes.
Okay.
So the original home, let me make sure I get this right, was Swashbuckler Bay is what they ended up calling it.
Okay, Swashsucker
Because this
Bay.
is a Pirate Cove home. And it didn't start as this. He just is an eclectic guy that collected things, and he acquired pirate statues at an antique store, and then got the idea to turn the whole thing into this magnificent Pirate Cove.
I respect that. You know, as a guy
The
that
other
can go
home-
on a tangent, I could do the same.
Yep, the other home is Port Royal and Tortuga Bay are the three properties that he purchased and then built into this compound.
Okay.
So not only are there 3 homes that are pirate themed, each room has a name, pirate themed name, because if you're going to name the homes, might as well name
the rooms.
rooms.
And if you're this eclectic and you have a pirate themed house, I'm pretty sure rooms should be themed as well. I mean, it makes sense.
They've
Yeah.
also built onto this compound, so there's a garage.
Well,
he's an avid biker and boater and outdoors person.
he's got a couple toys.
And it's a couple toys.
Couple toys.
And indoor gym and basketball court.
Sweet. Don't they have a pirate ship there?
Oh, we're getting there.
I was like, I've seen it.
Yeah,
So, like, yeah.
So it boasts a quaint 18 bedroom,
Casual.
22 bathrooms,
Yeah, ratio makes sense. Yeah, always more bathrooms than beds.
and
Yeah.
it's coming in about 20,000 square feet in total.
All the buildings, everything
All the buildings.
encompassed in there. Yeah, okay, all right.
So now with that, we're going to the
To the cool stuff.
cool stuff of this
Stuff that I
property.
like about it, yeah.
So it has 3 pools.
3?
3 pools.
I knew there was 2.
No.
Oh, I'll have to look
2
at
spas.
it. Okay, maybe that, yeah, I got to
And 2 slides, one of which twists and turns through the pirate ship that's built there.
Yeah, I knew it!
Now, this pirate
Knew
ship's
it.
not only there for aesthetics, it's also for function.
No.
So,
Hold
the pirate
on.
ship has 3 crow's nests on it that are diving platforms.
Oh,
One is 20 feet, one is 30 feet, and one is 40 feet.
how deep is this pool?
15 feet.
Okay.
And
Can't do that in today's regulations. I love it.
50,000 gallons.
Wow, okay, that is
With one of
very
the best views of Lake Mead.
Oh, yeah, because it's like perched like up on this hill in the mountain. Like it is almost built in to the mountain, you know, not necessarily, but that's how it kind of feels.
And it's a private residence. It's not a hotel, not a bed and bath. It's a private residence.
If you drove by it, you would assume it's being Airbnb'd out every freaking weekend, and that is not the case.
built
It is
it for his
actually
kids and
somebody's,
grandkids.
exactly, it's actually somebody's home, and he did it for fun. I love somebody like that. That is a very, very cool thing, you know, 100%. So, all right, so my next property that I wanted to bring up is the Lonnie Hammergren's eclectic house. This is, as a kid growing up, we would be just,
you
know,
would
I'd be
drive by and just
driving in the back
amazed.
seat. I'd be like, Daddy, Mommy, why is there a spaceship in this backyard?
It was actually a rocket.
That guy also has a roller coaster in his back. Wait, what is that like? I don't know, like just all these sort of weird collections. He's got like a replica of Stonehenge going
Yeah.
on there. Oh man, there's just so many different eclectic collections that this Lonnie Hammergren,
Doctor.
neurosurgeon
Yeah.
Lonnie, Dr. Lonnie, and also a lieutenant
Governor for Nevada.
For Nevada. So he wasn't like a random guy on the side of the street doing this. But the house also came with a lot of problems because something about Las Vegas and I think a lot of cities across the nation is homeowners association. Your neighbors actually can have an opinion all about your house, and they certainly do.
And to be fair, it was very cool to look at. If it was my neighbor, it might not be as cool.
I really just don't want 30 people parked in front of my neighbor's house all the time just walking around, And honestly, this is an older home, a little bit older of a neighborhood area as well.
I mean, it's not historic Las Vegas, but it's pretty close too.
It's older. It's older.
Close to the Las Vegas Country Club area.
And I say older, not vintage, because vintage is cool. It's older,
It's older.
older kind of area. And I want to say it's 3 homes that he kind of combined as well. I think 2 homes that he combined because in the foreclosure days of 2011, 12, I actually worked for HOA law firm, and it got foreclosed on way back in the day. And they separated out the 2 homes. There was an individual that lived in one side, and the other side was still going through the bankruptcy processes. So today, how it is found, it's actually a museum. So you can come to Vegas, you could buy tickets, and actually take a tour and look at all of these crazy and
basically a
cool
historic site
artifacts.
display,
It
yeah.
really is. It really is. As a local guy, it is very cool to see. So if you're in Vegas and you want to see some funky stuff, I highly recommend that house because you can actually tour it. It's not like the underground house. Casa de Shenandoah, I don't know if they're still doing tours.
I don't think they still do tours after the
So
last
this is the
foreclosure.
first one that they've actually, opened up the doors and began a tour. So
So the next one I have, obviously you can't take a tour of this one. This is just more of it's something that if you look up Vegas homes, Vegas fancy homes, you're going to find it. It's the Ramses Estate. It's a European/Egyptian theme.
Okay.
It's 8 bedrooms, 7 baths.
And where's it located?
Over, like, more central part of town, kind of closer to the...
So it's actually in a really fancy golf community.
The Las Vegas Country
And by
Club,
old,
right?
old and fancy. So this is where the movie...
Casino.
Casino.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was filmed there, but there's a plane sitting in one of the lakes at that golf course. If you get a chance, if you know anybody that's a member at the Las Vegas Country Club, it is one of the coolest golf courses in the city based on its history, some of the homes that you're going to see on the course. And there's a freaking replica plane hanging out at this par 3 lake, and that's a really cool thing if you like golf. I'm sorry, I don't want to see an alligator. I'd much rather see a plane in the lake. It's still pretty cool. So anyways, I love the golf course.
So, which is also close to
the Strip.
The Strip.
Oh, like 5 minutes. It's right up the street.
It's also in a older part of town, which is really cool. Like, you're in this really old part of town, and then you go into like these gates, and you're like, oh, this is really, really nice.
But then you go in a separate gate, and then there's high rises. Like, it's very eclectic. And some of these single family residences, which is a weird way to put it, it's actually single family residence, they're connected to other homes. In my mind, it seems like a townhome.
A townhome,
duplex of the sort. But no, there's 4 homes, all that look connected, share one driveway, but are actually considered single-family residences. But a lot of mid-century modern in those homes, some of them are 2 stories but have elevators. Like, there's some really, really cool properties just in the community at all. And this one, honestly, takes the cake for that.
Well, because it's 8 bedrooms, 7 baths, 13,000 square, a little over 13.
Well, yeah, you got every foot counts. Yeah.
1.4 acres.
Whoa, it's that big.
In the country club.
Yeah, whoa. What street is it on? What was the address? Do we know? I'm just trying to think. Yeah, there's 2 streets in there that it could be on. But anyways, yeah.
The biggest thing is it went through a 5-year renovation to basically make it where it is.
Wow, 5 years. I mean, I redid my bathroom and the laundry room, and it was like a 2-month thing, and I hated it. 5 years. They must have lived somewhere else. No way they lived at the property. Yeah, no way. I couldn't handle it.
So, what else we got in Vegas? I mean, we got a lot of history here, but like, what other cool homes do we have?
All right, so we've gotten over some unique homes, ones that have really popped out in our history of living here, and just, we've been really just hearing through locals, right?
Yeah.
Something that I really never knew, and which is crazy to me, and maybe I found out and forgot about it, which is not surprising. The Mormon, they discovered Vegas. The Mormons.
We were their second settling ground after Salt Lake.
I was born and raised Mormon, so my whole family's from northern Utah, which is wild that I didn't know this fact, or if I heard it, I didn't remember it, which is even wildly, just doesn't make sense to me because I'm Mormon and I think I should know that. But the first ever building for somebody to stay at residentially was in 1855 by a couple of Mormon settlers. They built a 14-foot wall up high by 150-foot wide, a square, and it wasn't to keep the Paiute tribe out. The Paiutes were nice to them. It wasn't a big problem there. It was just more to keep their livestock and animals contained, and that way they could grow that way. So, but what's weird? Yeah, that was the first settlement. They gave up after 2 years. What a wild thing. Like, you put all this work in. I feel like that must take months to build a wall of that magnitude.
Back then, I don't think that was a quick process.
Exactly. I don't know. The pyramids are still a mystery, so we'll find out. But either way, 2 years to give up and just go back to Salt Lake, and basically just say, hey, Daddy, I messed up is what it sounds like. That's really what happened. And then from there, Vegas definitely got rediscovered. And the first paved road in Las Vegas was in 1905. 1905. And it's a famous street. We all know the street. If you ever have looked up going to Las Vegas, you're going to see something called the Fremont Experience. Well, Fremont is actually a street here in Las Vegas, the first ever paved road in Las Vegas.
And to be fair, the first
strip, yeah. The original, the OG Las Vegas strip is the Fremont, First strip clubs are the Glitter Gulch. Shout out to Glitter Gulch.
The El Cortez, first hotel.
El Cortez. So yeah, the first hotel ever in Las Vegas. It's called the El Cortez. The road wasn't even paved to the hotel. They built a hotel with a dirt road in front of it. How funny of a concept that would be in today's world. Like, listen,
hey, that's some Field of Dreams right there.
You build it, they will come.
That's
exactly the reference I was thinking of. Love it, Beau. Love it. And I kind of want to talk about also the oldest high school. The oldest high school was established in Las Vegas. It's going to come up on a 100-year anniversary in 7 years. So in 1930, the first high school was actually established, which is quite some. I mean,
I
thought it was going to be later. I thought it was going to be like the 50s.
I don't know which one it is. I'm going to just...
Ooh.
El Dorado?
So, it was actually known as Las Vegas High School when it was originally opened because the only high school and it was in Las Vegas, right? That's what you named.
Okay.
Today, it's known as Las Vegas Academy.
Oh, yeah. It's right off of Fremont.
Yeah, it is right next to Fremont.
Las Vegas Academy is now our fine arts magnet.
Yeah, so I mean, the first light was put on Fremont in 1931, and the school opened in 1930. The high school was opened before a street light was put up. That is a wild thing to think about.
And it's still there.
And it's still there, that street light.
Yeah. And what's crazy, we'll do another episode on fun facts about Vegas. We're both about that stuff, but Fremont Street isn't really a street anymore. I mean, yeah, the Fremont Street from the Boulevard East is, but the Fremont Street you see in Casino and a lot of the old Las Vegas movies isn't there anymore.
No.
You can't drive by Golden Nugget on Fremont Street anymore. It's a pedestrian walkway with an amazing LED. I mean, they just redid the whole canopy. It was lights, now it's LED, so they can do shows all year long, all day long.
Well, I mean, when you have the sphere opening up and you have this like half a, you're like, all right, we got to upgrade this thing. I actually went to the guy that did the Fremont Experience screen. If you've ever been to Las Vegas, he has a home out in Anthem area. It was a Blue Heron built, but he had a couple really cool features about the home because obviously he's big into electronics. Speaking the guy that put in it,
yeah, that's fair.
He had the coolest TV in his backyard I've ever seen. It was about like
see it when it's bright.
It was like 12 feet by 12 feet. Absolutely ginormous. Obviously over this like 1,700 square foot pool, which is bigger than a lot of like footprints for homes. This pool is ginormous, matched the TV, if you will. But what was cool and what made it unique and an experience for me is that he showed me, like, how do you fix that thing? Like, does the whole screen just, like, go away? I know when my TV dies, it's the whole TV. It's not just a section of the TV, but we're talking size is actually a difference here. They're usually, the sizes do vary, but a 4x4 square of LED lights that are magnetized.
Oh, that's like what we talked about with the sphere.
So you have a little suction cup, and you pull it out, and you just implement it, a new 4x4 inch square of lights, and it's a brand new, and it matches perfectly. So that was cool. He's like, no, if something goes wrong, I just pull it out and put it back in. It's like a little puzzle piece, if you will. And that was really cool. So, and the last fact that I want to mention as a home, just because just got on the market a week ago, actually 9 days ago, as we're filming this, so I think it was like October 2nd that it was actually listed for $25 million, and it's actually already under contract. A $25 million home is a very rare price you see in Las Vegas.
Yeah, we're not LA. That's not like an everyday occurrence, right?
I mean, there's been 2 homes ever sold at $25 million or above in Las Vegas, like residences. So that's how rare of an occurrence this is. But it makes sense because this was actually owned by like some sultan from the Middle East. Never really.
That's an investment.
Yeah, never really lived in. Spanish Trail is a very popular and rich, honestly.
My godfather's tennis instructor there, actually.
There you go. So he does well for himself, I'm sure. So Spanish Trail has been around forever. I mean, if you go and you look at Las Vegas map, it's going to be the greenest area. They planted so many trees.
Because back in the day, there's no rule.
It is so luscious. Oh my gosh. I love the way it looks.
You want to know a fun fact about Spanish?
Yeah.
Is they're responsible for the exterior of the home.
Oh, really?
The HOA takes care of it to make sure that they maintain high
roof.
quality. So
all exterior.
All exterior.
Wow.
They want that community to be as pristine as possible.
Wow. I mean, I used to work for a law firm that represented HOAs, and I knew they took care of the roof. I didn't know it was the entire exterior. That is awesome. I'd be like, paint's chipping. Come paint my stuff here, people. This is a problem. So that is a very cool fact. But this home, or houses, because I think there's over 7 different buildings property, isn't, I don't think, a part of that HOA. I don't think, because he bought 16 acres that were going to be included in the Spanish Trail, and he has his own entrance into his compound.
He's like, nah, I want this.
Yeah, like this whole area. And if you ever drive by this, it is more than, I would say, at least a half a mile long. Driving this wall, you're like, is it ever going to end? Is it ever going to end? It's almost as big as the Casas de Shenandoah that we mentioned earlier. Then I looked at the
52
footprint.
acres.
Yeah, that's 52 acres. This one, I kind of want to say the word only, but 16 acres. So it is a little bit different. Yeah, but over 107,000 square feet of living space. You name it, it has it.
What? When are you ever going to see every 107 square feet of your house?
I don't think the guy ever lived there. I don't think he has ever seen it.
Like, I was lucky enough to go to a 50,000 square foot house a month ago.
In like Texas or something, right?
Colorado, actually.
Colorado, there we go. All right.
And I was in a place, I'm like, I could hide here months.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be in the gun range and they'd never find me until someone's like, I gotta go shooting today. And you're like, oh shit, I gotta go to the putting green today.
Yeah,
you're not gonna shoot and putt.
Guess I'm working on golf today.
Right?
Yeah.
But 107?
107,000 square feet. I mean, I live in a 2,500 square foot home, and I can hide from my wife pretty good.
That's just on the couch.
Yeah, that's just when I'm sleeping on the couch, and I think I'm hiding, but she hears me. I'm snoring.
I hope you guys really enjoyed this look at all of the craziness that we have in Las Vegas.
Oh, the nuance, little one-off, kind of homes that we do see. I mean, there's a million examples out there. I mean, there's wild Victorian homes that you'll see. I mean, in Vegas, people did buy dirt lots and just build some wild stuff. Dome houses.
We didn't even talk about Penn and Teller's Castle and
Siegfried and Roy have a whole mansion, which was across the street from the original Las Vegas Zoo, which was probably one of the saddest zoos ever created.
It was. On Rancho?
Yeah, it was sad. I mean, it's 120 degrees here, and it just wasn't properly shaded.
We have the lion habitat now, though. Then they do a really good job over there.
The lion habitat is awesome. Giraffe, yes.
But
good
we are really excited. We have some really good ideas for some podcasts coming up. Like I said, holiday, if you're not from Vegas or you're new to Vegas and you want to know what to do for the holidays or for fun events, stay tuned, subscribe. We are planning some great stuff for you. Thank you so much for tuning in to our nonsense.
Yeah, absolute nonsense. But actually, there's truth behind it, so it's not total nonsense.
And I say cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
We'll see you in the next podcast.
1, 2,